So I was going to release a video at the start of the week saying that the title race is no longer in our hands, but I decided to wait because it was my birthday on Monday, and then by the time Tuesday rolled around, it was kind of old news. So I decided to wait until yesterday's match and see if the title race really was done and dusted for City. And well, it's not, because Phil Foden is the best player in the world. And I don't want to hear any chat from anyone being like, oh, why didn't he perform against Arsenal? Why didn't Saka perform against City? That's the rebuttal, and that's all that needs to be said. But no, Phil Foden and Rodrigo Hernandez are serious football players. But they're not like the two that I'm going to start with. First, I want to talk about Rico Lewis's performance, because I think he was one of the best players on the pitch. I think that he played very well coming inside and playing in midfield. His intricate passing, his passing in triangles with Foden and Alvarez, they were it was exceptional, really. And I think he played very well. I think Josko Gvardiol has played very well in the last two games. Absolute shutout Saka against Arsenal, sent him to the floor with that cheeky little Ronaldo chop. And I think he played exceptional last night as well. I think, yes, the goal that we conceded was very soft. It was very lazy defending from us as a collective, but I wouldn't blame it on anybody individually. I'd just say it was a whole lapse in concentration from the whole defence. It was a nice finish though, to be fair. But yeah, Gvardiol was amazing. Lewis was good. Ortega made some very good saves. He made that save from Douglas Luiz, and then he saved, I think it was Lenglet's header from a corner. Both very good saves. But obviously the main men were probably Doku, Grealish, and then obviously, but they were the supporting cast to the two main men, Rodri and Foden. And I think Rodri's just exceptional. I think Rodri does everything. Everything you want from a midfielder, he has. Everything you want from an 8, he has. Everything you want from a 6, he has. Mate, Rodri, I wouldn't even surprise me if Pep played Rodri as a 10 and he'd still do bits, because he's just a joke. He's just a joke. And I said on Twitter, I was like, what I find wild about Rodri is he moves like a truck. Like, he actually moves like a truck. And I always think he's going to get dispossessed because he moves so slow. But he's somehow quite agile. Like, it sounds like such an oxymoron to say that he moves like a truck, but he's very agile. But it's honestly the truth for you when you watch him play, because he'll just be running with it and he'll try to turn and you'll be like, oh yeah, he's losing the ball. But he somehow keeps it, and I don't understand how a man of his stature can do it. It's really impressive. And his goal was arriving late in the box. You know, it was some vintage Lampard sort of play. It was a good cross from Doku, very good finish from Rodri. I think he was very good at breaking up the play. Villa tried to launch a lot of counters, and 9 times out of 10 he was there to stop that from happening. His assist for Foden's second goal was superb. Again, that's just something I didn't think he was going to be able to do, because again of his stature. But then I always get proven wrong by Rodri on the ball, because I don't know, I just think I'm stupid enough to not feel comfortable when he's on the ball, because I always forget how good he is on the ball. It's just the way he approaches a situation and the way he moves on the ball. I'm just kind of like, that doesn't look natural, but he pulls it off. It's kind of the same with Gvardiol as well. I think it's just players with the bigger build. But yeah, the assist for Foden's second goal was beautiful. The finish from Foden for that one was beautiful as well. I first thought he put it wide, but he put that so far into the bottom corner. Olsen had no chance. Foden's first goal was, I think it was a good free kick, because obviously Alvarez took a free kick earlier in the game, and I think it's Zaniolo, the Italian geezer that plays Villa, absolutely honking yesterday. He was terrible. But when Alvarez put his free kick over the bar, Zaniolo jumped, disbanded from the wall, leaving that gap, and that gap is where Foden put his free kick, and long and behold, Zaniolo jumps, spans from the wall again, goes through the gap. Olsen, if I'm Olsen, I'm fuming, especially on the brink of half-time, conceding the free kick because your wall spans, absolute joke. I'd be fuming, absolutely fuming. But yeah, that was that was sort of got us back in the lead just before halftime. Very, very good time to score. Obviously, Foden's second goal and his third goal is absolutely superb. When he hit that, I was like, I was so shocked because I thought Alvarez got in his way, because obviously he goes down wanting a free kick, gets back up, gets the ball, and I didn't think he was going to be able to hit it because Alvarez was there, or I thought that Alvarez was going to take the ball off of his feet, but no, he hits it, puts it top corner, and that is one of the best Phil Foden goals I've ever seen. It's one of the best Phil Foden performances I've seen, and he's had a lot of those this season. Everton in midweek, end of last year, or was it the start of this year? I can't actually remember what it was, but the game where we won 3-1, he was superb. Brentford, he was superb with his hat-trick. Today, superb. Against United, superb. Against Sheffield United, I want to say it was in December, but it might have been in January. Superb. Like, he's had so many superb performances this season, and yes, people like to focus on the games where he might not be as effective. Yes, Liverpool and Arsenal, but that, I don't think that's his problem. I think that's just those two teams set up very well defensively, because when you look at both of the games, we didn't have much success in attacking whatsoever, because they play a low block, but unlike most teams that play a low block, they've got good defenders to be able to hook these crosses clear, get themselves in the way of shots. And I think it's just a credit to Arsenal and Liverpool's defending, really. And I kind of wish we could do that, but obviously it's not really our style to sit back and defend. Obviously we have done it before. We did it a little bit at the end of last season, but I wouldn't even say we were sat back and parking the bus. I just think we were such a solid defensive unit, and we have kind of missed that this season. But obviously we're never really known for being a solid defensive unit. The only times I can really think of as of recent was probably end of last season and the 2020-21 season, when Diaz first came in and him and Stones were absolutely unplayable at the back. So yeah, I think those two seasons in recent memory are the only two where I think we've been solid defensively. Because even in the Centurion season, even though Nico Otamendi is an absolute joke, and I find it funny that he was an absolute joke because I think he's an absolute honking football player, but he was an absolute joke that season. I don't think we were like exceptional defensively. We were just so good going forward, that our defense really didn't have to do much. But in the 2021 season and the and last season, we were so good defensively, and some of the defensive performances we put in were an absolute joke. And do I think we're going to win the title? I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure. Obviously, we've got Palace on the weekend, and we've got a big game against Real Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and that is a must-win for us. I think just because it's Real Madrid, this is the Champions League. Like, you just gotta win it. I actually sounded so much like Boovie when I said that. Like, I heard that as I was saying it, so that's quite jokes. But no, yeah, it's a must-win game, and I think we've again got to go deep into the Champions League, especially as the holders. You have to, you can't be having an early exit, no matter what the team is. You have to make a good account of yourself, especially as the holders. And I guess that's what's kind of difficult as a treble-winning team, is you have to make a good account of yourself in all competitions, or else you just look like a pathetic holders of the competition. And I really, yeah, I don't envy the lads at all, because I wouldn't want to play with the pressure of being treble winners on our shoulders, because you have to somehow outdo what you did, and outdoing a treble is very, very difficult. So I don't envy the lads at all, but I do think they're making a very, very good go of it. I think we definitely could have handled our business in the summer a little bit better, and the recruitment over the summer might not have been the greatest. I'm not saying it's bad by any means, but it definitely could have been better. And I feel like Kovacic and Nunes and Vardy could have all been utilised better throughout the season. But yeah, I still think there's a chance we win the title, but I'm not as confident as I was probably like 2-3 weeks ago. The FA Cup, I think we can win the FA Cup if we decide to actually want to play proper football against Chelsea for once this season. And Champions League, depends what Real Madrid have in store for us, isn't it? Because the Champions League is Real Madrid. They can do whatever they want. They can actually do whatever they please. But yeah, just wanted to come and say that Foden's literally the best player in the world, and he has to play as a 10 at the Euros if Southgate's serious and England are a serious footballing institution, which they're not. But yeah, I think Foden definitely best player in the league, and I think you should definitely like this video if you think that Saka. No, you should like this video if you think Foden's better than Saka, and comment down below who you think's better. Foden or Saka. Also subscribe to the channel, it really does help the channel out. Share this video with your friends, it really does help the channel grow. And yeah, I'll be back uploading again for the rest of this week and next week. I just kind of had a lot of stuff going on last week. Camera wasn't working properly, had to have preparation for my birthday and stuff, but yeah, I'm back now. And yeah, so I've been Nathan, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.
Shut down cases, they belly dots to the can't see faces. Chasing the bad guy chase it. You don't wanna be the one like Ace and like G-Takes and turn them out wasted. Aye, tell a bad bitch come break it. Body come mad, come shake it. Then get back to the basics. Bro, don't shut down cases. They belly dots to the